I will explain to you guys the definition of elasticity. The relative responsiveness of a demand or a supply curve in relation to any of its determinants. And there are 4 types of elasticity. The first one is price elasticity of demand. The second one is income elasticity of demand. The third one is cross elasticity of demand. And the last one is price elasticity of supply. Now, we are going into elasticity of demand. What is the purpose of elasticity of demand? It is to measure the response between the percentage change in quantity demanded for a good with respect to the percentage change in its price, the price of other related goods and income level.
I will explain price elasticity of demand. Definition: measure the responsiveness of customers in terms of the percentage change in the quantity demanded for a good with respect to the percentage change in the price of the same good. So formula: ED equal percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change in price of goods X. So ED equals QDX2 minus QDX1 over QDX1 and divided PUX2 minus PUX1 over PUX1. And ED equal QDX2 minus QDX1 over QDX1 and multiply with PX1 and over PX2 minus PX1. Price of elasticity of demand. The price of goods when out school increased from 100 ringgit to 200 ringgit, and the quantity demanded of goods when out school decreased from 15,000 units to 10,000 units. The calculation of price elasticity of demand goods when out school will be price of goods when out school in price 1, 100, price 2, 200, quantity demanded of goods when out school per unit, quantity 1, 15,000, quantity 2, 10,000. So ED equal percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change in price of goods X. ED equal 10,000 minus 15,000 over 15,000 and multiply with 100 ringgit over 200 minus 100 ringgit. So ED equal negative 1 over 3 and ED 1 over 3, that is inelastic.
Degree of price elasticity of demand. There are 5 types of degree of price elasticity of demand. First of all, elastic demand. Change in price of goods has a bigger percentage change in quantity demanded. That show ED bigger than 1. Second, inelastic demand. Change in price of goods has a smaller percentage change in quantity demanded. For example, petrol. That show ED is smaller than 1. Next, perfectly elastic. The change in the price will change in the quantity demand by get infinite value. That means ED equal to infinity. Then, perfectly elastic demand. No matter how the price changes, the quantity demand constant. That means ED equal to 0. Lastly, unitary elastic demand. Change in the price of goods equal to change in quantity demand. That means ED equal to 1.
Determinant influencing price elasticity of demand. The first one is availability of substitute. A good with more close substitute will have a higher elasticity. When price of good increase, consumer can change good to another good. Net is consumer income. If a good takes up a large proportion of a consumer's income, its demand is more elastic because price change have a significant impact on budget. Next is a nature of good. There is 2 types of good, which is necessity goods and luxury goods. Necessity goods is an essential goods with an inelastic demand because consumers continue buying them even if price rise. Luxury good is a non-essential goods with elastic demand since consumer can easily reduce or delay their consumption when price increase. Next is a time frame. Time frame is an important determinant of price elasticity of demand because it influences how consumers respond to price change over different durations. Short-term elasticity, demand for a good or service tends to be inelastic because consumer may not have enough time to find substitutes. Long-term elasticity, demand becomes more elastic because consumer have more time to explore alternative or substitute.
Next, we are going to income elasticity of demand. The definition of income elasticity of demand is to measure the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demanded due to a change in income. Income elasticity of demand is calculated to determine the types of a particular goods, whether it is a normal goods, luxury goods, inferior goods, or necessity goods. For the normal goods, income elasticity of demand will be lower than 1. For the luxury goods, income elasticity of demand will be greater than 1. For the inferior goods, income elasticity of demand equals to negative. For the necessity goods, income elasticity of demand equals to 0. The formula for calculating income elasticity of demand is percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. The second formula is QDX2 minus QDX1 divided by QDX1 divided by Y2 minus Y1 divided by Y1. The third formula is QDX2 minus QDX1 divided by QDX1 multiplied with Y1 divided by Y2 minus Y1. Calculation income elasticity of demand. For example, as income increased from 1,000 to 2,000 and the quantity demanded of goods Vans old school increased from 10,000 to 15,000 units. The calculation of income elasticity of demands of goods Vans old school will be income level Y1 equals to 1,000, Y2 equals to 2,000, and the quantity demanded Q1 equals to 10,000, Q2 equals to 15,000. Next, we use the third formula, which is QDX2 minus QDX1 divided by QDX1 multiplied with Y1 divided by Y2 minus Y1. The next step is we just fill in the data from the question into the formula and got the answer 0.5. 0.5 it will be represent normal goods since the relationship between income level and the quantity demanded positive and income elasticity of demand is lower than 1.
Definition of price elasticity of supply. Price elasticity of supply measure the responsiveness between the percentage change in quantity supplied with respect to percentage change in price of the same good, assuming other factors influencing supply remain constant.
So, this is the formula for calculate elasticity of supply. The change in percentage of quantity supply is divided by the change in percentage of price. Or we can use the second formula, which is new quantity minus old quantity and divide by old quantity, and then multiply with old price divided by new price minus old price. Next is the degree of price elasticity of supply. There are 5 degrees of responsiveness. The first one is elastic. Elastic where elasticity is more than 1. Change in the price of good causes a bigger percentage change in the quantity supplied. For example, when the price of goods increase by 10%, the quantity supply of goods will increase by 20%. Next is inelastic. For elastic of supply is between 0 and 1. A change in the price of a good causes a smaller percentage change in quantity supplied. The third is perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic happens when the elasticity of supply equal to 0 with practical supply curve, because no matter how the price change, the quantity supply will stay the same and not responsiveness at all. Besides that, for the perfectly elastic, the change in price will change the quantity supply by an infinite value, meaning that the quantity supply is unlimited at any given price and represent horizontal supply curve. Last is unitary elastic. Unitary is elastic where elasticity of supply equal to 1. A change in the price of good causes an equal change in its quantity supply. Calculation for elastic supply. As example, as price of goods increase from 500 to 600, quantity supply will also increase from 1000 to 2000. Step 1, Q1 equal to 1000, Q2 equal to 2000, P1 equal to 500, and P2 equal to 600. Next, we use the formula, which is Q2 minus Q1 and divide by Q1 multiply with P1 divide by P2 minus P1. So we just fill the data into the formula and got the answer 5. 5 will represent elastic supply because the answer is more than 1.
The determinant of price elasticity of supply. The first one is the availability of factors of production. Factors of production include land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, which are the resources used to produce goods and services. The availability and flexibility of these factors determine whether supply is elastic or inelastic. Next is a time frame. Time frame affect in market period, short run and long run. Market period or a very short run, supply is perfectly inelastic because factor of production cannot be adjusted immediately. Producers can only sell what is already produced or available. Long run, all factors of production are variable. The firms have time to expand production capacity, invest in new technology, also recruit and train skilled labor. Supply becomes more elastic because producer can fully adjust to price changes. Short run, some factors of production can be adjusted, but others are fixed. Supply becomes somewhat inelastic as producers have limited flexibility to increase output. Next is gestation period. The gestation period is the time required to set up or expand production facilities, acquire inputs, and start production. Change in cost of production, it refers to any variation in the expenses involved in producing goods or services, such as change in raw material, labor, energy, or technology cost. Next is a perishability. It refers to the characteristic of certain goods that have a limited shelf life or cannot be stored for long periods without deteriorating. And the last one is the technology improvement. It refers to advancement in the methods tools, or processes used in production that make it more efficient, cost-effective, or innovative.